I just got home. Alrighty, let's see. What do we have here? First is butterfly kiss for the next 24 hours. Not bad. For the next 24 hours, you've got anxiety eases and moves into the past and new beginnings are on the horizon. Take time for rest, relaxation, and self-care. You may hear from somebody you're hoping to hear from or get good news that you've been waiting on. Life's moving forward and you're ready for it. Maybe spending time with a water sign, Pisces, Scorpio, Cancer. Old wounds heal and move into the past. Awesome. Love. You may need to disconnect from people, places, and things that no longer serve you. Something energetically may be keeping you, something or someone could be keeping you stuck that's no longer serving your highest purpose. If it's someone, you may need to disconnect from them. If it's something, an old wound, an old hurt, you may need to let that go. And then new doors open. Then you may even have choices and options around romance heating up this spring. Could be with a water sign, Pisces, Scorpio, Cancer, maybe a Capricorn. New energy is coming in. Life is moving forward. You're not looking back on the past. Life is moving forward, and your next relationship should have long-term potential around it. If you're currently with someone right now, current relationship could have long-term potential around it, but you need to leave the past in the past. Emma in general. Hi, Adonis. I'm in. Focusing on work, school, or business seems to bring in success. Money comes in, finances improve. Take time for rest, relaxation, and self-care. You have money coming in and the world is at your feet. Maybe planning travel. Solution to a problem is in front of you. Before the end of the month, you'll figure it out. Don't forget about taking time for rest, relaxation, and self-care. Kay, should I reach out to Tav today? Yeah, I don't see any reason why not. Kriti, general. Anxiety eases and moves into the past, and you have new beginnings on the horizon. Life's moving forward towards greener pastures. Walk away from people, places, and things that no longer serve you. Maybe spending time with a Sagittarius. You may get good news around work, school, or business. Anxiety eases and moves into the past. Summer love, love. Walk away from people, places, and things that no longer serve you, and that could lead you to success around love. And also exploring your options. Lay down the law, set boundaries. Don't be afraid to express your wants and needs when it comes to love. Listen to your intuition. You've got choices and options coming in. I'm going to say between now and the end of March. Exploring your options could lead you to a committed relationship that's relatively well functioning. You have a Sagittarius, an Aquarius, and a Cancer. Listen to your intuition and life moves forward. T-Vet for today. T-Vet for today. With the Magician, you have the ability to manifest new opportunities. If you've had an argument or a disagreement with someone, it will resolve itself and move into the past. You should be feeling better compensated, better respected around work, school, or business. Lay down the law, set boundaries if you feel like someone is overstepping, maybe spending time with the fire sign, Leo, Sagittarius, Aries. You're no longer holding yourself back. Life is moving forward. Pretty good. Bacon, love for the spring. Disappointments And anything that's been out of balance or not working properly will move into the past. New energy comes in for the spring if you're not with anyone now, and it could be bringing in a well-functioning relationship that brings in happiness. Walk away from, disconnect from people, places, and things that no longer serve you. Making decisions that push life forward. Life could change for you for the better quickly. Empress is bringing in love and money. You could have a Capricorn here. You may have a Sagittarius. You also could have a Gemini. Old wounds heal and move into the past, and life moves forward. Tanya, General. Anxiety eases and moves into the past, and life's coming into balance. You might be feeling better compensated, better respected around work, school, or business. A disappointment or a heartache is healing and moving into the past. Maybe spending time with an earth sign, Taurus, Capricorn, Virgo. Life could change for you for the better quickly. Listen to your intuition, and cause for celebration comes in. Not bad. Not bad. Pallavi, love. Slow and steady wins the race, but life is moving forward. So if you're not with anyone right now, it's probably going to be new energy coming in. Leave the past in the past and explore your options leads to success. Empress is bringing in love and money, or more of it. Make sure you're setting boundaries and expressing your wants and needs. You have a Scorpio here. Then you have a fire sign, Leo, Sagittarius, Aries. A disappointment heals and moves into the past. And a well-balanced, well-functioning relationship should be coming in. Vicky had the biopsy procedure on the other today. It was painful, but the doctors and nurses were amazing. And round 2 was done. Results for this one in a couple of weeks. Last week's biopsy results Monday, which I'm not looking forward to. And then 3 on the liver, but I can relax for now. So you had the procedures done, but you don't really know anything more than you already knew. I hate that you have to wait so long. Like for the results and also for the procedures. God, that's terrible that you have to wait like that. All right, well, let's put some good energy out into the world and let's see what happens. At least it's moving forward. Twin Flames, how does my mom feel about me lately? I feel like it's always different. Well, she feels that you're smart, intelligent, grounded, stable, and down to earth, but she may feel like you lack initiative or you don't take charge enough. Like maybe you need to put in more effort, or you kind of let things happen rather than make things happen. She thinks that you have a lot of potential to be successful, but that you don't always live up to your potential. High Priestess. Why did Bob reach out to me today? I haven't spoken to this person in 3 years, but he was just my co-worker. What's she's intentions towards me? It was so random. It is random, but they may be trying to make you an offer, which is even more weird. May make you an offer that would be hard to turn down, that brings in cause for celebration around... 6 of Pentacles is usually it's usually a work-related thing. It's usually a work-related thing. I'm almost wondering if they're going to try to get you involved in some kind of a pyramid scheme. But then there is also opportunity for getting together or hanging out. Could it be possible that a bunch of old coworkers are going to get together? I wonder if that's it, and I wonder if there's some kind of a pyramid scheme involved. You know, like it reads like, I'm going to make you an offer that would be hard to turn down, can be bringing in more money, brings in cause for celebration. Almost like, it sounds crazy, but it looks like I'm going to get people together that I used to know, and I'm going to try to push this shit on them. I don't know. Let's see what happens. There is something behind it. So it's not like 100% legitimate, like this person calling you. Anyway. Debbie, good things coming my way. You may have good news that comes in around work, school, or business. Negativity moves into the past. You may be planning travel. You're listening to your intuition. You could be thinking about going back to school or learning a new area of study. Old wounds heal and move into the past. Vicky, I know, right? My result for the right one, the round 3 biopsy week Friday, but it's the waiting it's the worst. Yeah, at least you can take a breath for now. I agree. My God, it's awful. So awful. Payment. What to expect from GM position at Nuvia I applied for recently, considering a job offer. Well, you do have choices and options coming in. A wish comes true around a new beginning around business that's well balanced, well functioning, brings life back into balance, and things move forward. So I would say that there is potential for things to move forward with that company. Let's see what happens. You got potential there. But you may also have choices and options, so you may get more than one offer, which is good. That's always good. Priscilla, what's coming towards me soon? Take time for rest, relaxation, and self-care. You may have choices and options that come in around social activity, and listen to your intuition. You're making decisions that push life forward, and you're not looking back on the past. Old wounds heal and move into the past. New beginnings are on the horizon. Take time for rest, relaxation, and self-care. You may be planning travel, like possibly a road trip. Earth Girl, love. Okay, when it comes to love, life is moving forward, not backwards. So if you're not with anyone right now, it's probably new energy coming in. Or if you're in a relationship that's not well functioning, or a situation or whatever, that'll probably move into the past. If you're currently in a well functioning relationship, leave the past in the past. Don't bring it into your current relationship. If you're not with anyone, you have an Aries coming in, you have a Gemini coming in, and possibly a Leo. Old wounds heal and move into the past, and life moves forward. You're headed towards the 10 cups being full. It's pretty good. Stephanie, financials. Well, you have cause for celebration coming in around work, school, or business. You may be adding a new stream of income, or working on a side business, side project, side hustle that could be bringing in more money long term. Listen to your intuition. A wish comes true. Old wounds heal and move into the past. New beginnings are on the horizon that bring in more money. Paying off a bill, a debt, or a loan should make you feel relieved. Not bad. You should be okay with finances. Mihak, general, things are stuck. Well, you have feeling better compensated, better respected around work, school, or business coming in. Perseverance pays off around work, school, or business. Money comes in, finances are improving. A disappointment is healing and moving into the past. Feeling ambitious, you should be able to accomplish whatever you set your mind to, and teamwork is favored around work, school, or business. Not bad. Tanya, love offers coming in. You have a wish that comes true around having choices and options. Lay down the law, set boundaries that'll serve you well. You have a Capricorn. Then you walk away from people, places, and things that no longer serve you, and you're exploring your options. You also may have a Sagittarius here. Cause for celebration could come in with another fire sign. Leo, Sagittarius, Aries, and life could change for you for the better quickly. Explore your options leads to success. Pretty good. Pretty good. Oh, you're welcome. Vicky, my left one's results are Monday. The right is a couple of weeks, and the biopsy of the liver is Friday. Yeah, let me keep us updated. Keep us updated. Such anxiety. Jesus. Sarah, I just remembered how your planner thing is going. Oh my God, the notebook in which, yeah. Okay. My book is over here, which reminds me I have to write down that Avery has a lesson tomorrow. tomorrow morning and Friday morning. Ice skating is costing me a fortune, So I'm gonna try to stay on longer today, just to see if I can kind of build the channel a little bit. We'll see what happens. The planner is going okay. I have to tell you that where are we here? I'm not even in the right month. I've been trying to stay on top of things. This drawer over here, you know, the one I'm always yelling at Avery not to go into. The other day, we took everything apart and I cleaned it out. I'm not totally done yet, but that was the big thing that was weighing on my head. And now I also have to finish getting my tax shit ready because I have that appointment on Thursday. But I'm doing okay. For me, I'm doing well. Okay, so let me just write down here. Avery's got a 7 o'clock ice skating lesson tomorrow. And then Friday, I got my Zoom appointment. So, I mean, I'm okay. I'm okay. I'm trying to write things down. I'm trying to stay on top of it. So what I was going to say was, I've been, since I came back from Florida, when I first came back, I did a 2-day fast and then went back on keto. And once you kind of get over the initial hump, like it makes you kind of like tired for a couple of days where like you kind of have to adjust. But once you get over that, you kind of start to have more energy. So I'm kind of like up this morning at 5:30, ran my 3 miles like before I even got Avery to school. So I'm starting to kind of get a hang of it. Thank you for asking. It's just the ice skating, like I have to register us next week, and like I just registered her for the competition. That was 100, like 110, and now I have next week the tuition at the school, which is like 500. It's like it adds up pretty quick. So I'm trying to stay on top of things, and you know it ain't easy. But thank you for asking. I'm trying my best. Cosmic, do you still see Megan H leaving? I'm still heated on how she maliciously snitched on me because she clearly never liked me. Always got that vibe. Just hearing her voice pisses me off. I hate people do me dirty and then get away with it. Me too. Me too. I know it's happened to me before too. It's happened to me many times. She still could leave. Yeah. She still could leave. She's an asshole. It's like she thinks that she's so much more important than she actually is. She can be replaced tomorrow and nobody, you know, it's like she just thinks who she is, which is probably not really the case. She comes off like she thinks who she is, but she probably behaves like that because she really doesn't think she's worth much. But yeah, she still could leave. Hi, Zara. Maggie, romance. You got the Empress here bringing in love and money and more of it, and cause for celebration comes in. Exploring your options leads to success, and don't be afraid to express your wants and needs around romance or new beginnings that could lead, I mean, you have like romance that could lead to commitment. Around you, you have fire, Leo, Sagittarius, and Aries, and then you also could have water, Pisces, Scorpio, Cancer. Old wounds are healing and moving into the past. Life is moving forward. Sarah, A, the Pisces, feelings for our connection, ended things. I don't know who ended things, but the Fool is in reverse, which means more may come out around the situation. This person may be feeling a little bit like, may feel like the two of you kind of like hit it off, but maybe feeling a little bit like this is for the best. So I don't know what there may be some obstacle that was in the way of the two of you. I don't know what that is. So they may feel like disconnecting right now is for the best because of whatever the obstacle is. They may feel like it's not going to work out in the long run. So why invest time right now? But with the Fool in reverse, you may find out something else, or there may be more around this. Let's see what happens. Chelsea, how does Daryl feel about me after the message I sent him last night? Whatever the message said, it didn't change the way this person feels about you. So it depends where you are in this relationship. But the relationship right now looks as if it's out of balance, or there's stress around it. Like one person may be looking for more than the other person is willing to give. And he could be feeling like he needs a little bit of space. He looks distant. If you haven't heard from him, or if he hasn't responded, I wouldn't reach out to him until you hear from him. I would give him a little bit of space. Gucci, what's coming in next in love? What's coming in next in love? Okay, you have a romance that could be heating up with a water sign, Pisces, Scorpio, Cancer. If you're feeling undecided about something or someone, don't make any decisions until you're ready and listen to your intuition. You're not looking back on the past. Life is moving forward and perseverance pays off. Somebody may make you an offer that will be hard to turn down that leads you to a well-balanced, well-functioning relationship. You also have Sagittarius coming in. Exploring your options leads to success. Cosmic, my friends and family think I might get hired at GS as well. That the current incident shouldn't affect me with Layla and Megan snitching on me because I talked poorly. Do you still see an offering? Yeah, I still think so. I think you could still get hired. I think whatever happened, happened, and whatever you said is fine. I mean, you're allowed to say shit about people. Like, people may not like it, but everybody talks shit about each other. I mean, people talk shit. It's what people do. And if you get pissed off and you vent, like, that's just what happens. I wouldn't worry about it. I don't think it's not going to cause anything bad. Yeah, I wouldn't worry about it. Sarah, yes, they're going through a breakup and said that they aren't ready. They are 5 years older, so at a different place. Oh, okay. All right. Georgia, how is Chris feeling about our upcoming court case? It has like double-sided. So on one side, they may be feeling like, oh, it's no big deal. It's going to blow over. Nothing's going to happen. And on the other hand, they may be really fucking nervous. So it may be like how it hits them on what day. But yeah, some days or some moments, it's weighing very heavy on them. Tanya, me and Ava Aries, I think I'll hear from him soon. I think you're going to hear from him soon, too. You got communication coming in. New beginnings on the horizon that could make you feel relieved and like things are moving forward, well-balanced and well-functioning. Communication should come in, and then after that, you guys are probably going to get together relatively soon. Cosmic, general work at GS. Things are okay. You're feeling focused. Life could change for you for the better quickly. Feeling better, compensated, better respected around work, school, or business. I think things are going to calm down and you're feeling relieved. Look, they may make you an offer that would be hard to turn down. Jay, what do I need to know from me and Brianna Aries? If you're feeling undecided about something, don't make any decisions until you're ready, and slow and steady wins the race. Things right now are a little stagnant and they're a little out of balance, but give it a little bit of time and communication should come in. It may not be, it may be a little rocky over the next couple of weeks, but if you give it a little bit of time, I think things will improve, like maybe late March. Hello, what's coming towards me for next month? You may be planning travel. You could be spending time with someone you haven't seen in a while, like reconnecting with an old friend. Disappointments heal and move into the past. With the Magician, you have the ability to manifest new opportunities. A disappointment or a heartache is healing and life is moving forward. Listen to your intuition. You've got teamwork is favored. New beginnings are on the horizon. Success comes in around work, school, or business. Not bad. Melissa, will there be any issues that I need to know about purchasing the townhouse in BP? I don't think there's going to be any major issues around it. Katrina, how does N feel that me and Megan are talking? Is he upset? I would say he's a little annoyed. And Lourdes, work for tomorrow. Work for tomorrow. Teamwork is favored. Listen to your intuition and a new journey may begin. Feeling grounded and stable. Good news may come in. Listen to your intuition. It should be a good day. Tanya, Edward asked me on a date. Would it go well? I do think it's going to go well. You've got things moving forward. You have good luck coming in. Empress is bringing in love, money, abundance. The only thing that concerns me really right now is that religious thing. But listen to your intuition and things could move forward. Georgia, what are Chris's feelings now towards me about court? Maybe feeling like disappointed and out of balance, or maybe could feel like they've been treated unfairly. The Fool's in reverse, so you may find out. They may tell you, or you could hear something. They may feel like hurt or disappointed, or that it didn't have to go in this direction. But I think that you did the right thing. From what the cards show, it looks like the other person wasn't doing the right thing and you didn't have much of a choice. So this just may be somebody who doesn't like to take a lot of responsibility for their actions, which is shitty. Alpha, well, the job offer made to me be redacted manager for a different department got upset. She sent a group text to all the managers about my scores, trying to find something on me. The main person fired me. Okay, let's see. Will it be retracted? I don't think it's going to be retracted. No, I think you still have that job. What an asshole that lady is. Or was it a lady? Georgia, true, he's 58 and never been held accountable. There you go. Emily, near future for Jane and me. Near future for Jane and me. You've got communication either coming in or picking up, expressing your wants and needs around the situation may be helpful. It's a little slow and steady wins the race, but things could be moving forward this spring. Jalissa, you could just put a question. Virta, why didn't boyfriend M call me instead of sending snaps? Was he talking to someone else? I don't think he's talking to anyone else. I think he's just wanted a little space and didn't really feel like talking. Priyanka, will my owner where I live return the deposit if we all tenants leave the flat? I don't know that you would get the whole thing refunded. You may get a partial or most of it back. Anthony, how will my current job help me to get a job in foreign? I don't know exactly how it's going to happen, but you do have an offer coming in that would be hard to turn down. So it may be through some kind of a connection between this company and the other company. And they make you an offer that would be hard to turn down, that moves life forward quickly. You're listening to your intuition and a new journey begins. Alpha, it's a lady. She wanted someone from her department. I've never worked for the place. It's not even her department. Apparently her department has a lot of ethical issues. I would understand that. Let's see. I don't blame you, like, for making you feel weird, but it looks like she's out of line. Yeah, she's out of line. She's out of line and out of balance, and things are out of balance. And I wouldn't be surprised if she gets reprimanded for this, because it's not her place. You know, she's not the one that's in charge of this. So I wouldn't let it bother you. I mean, I would feel weird too, but it's like, you qualified for the job. Somebody hired you. That's too bad if she doesn't like it. Yeah, she's out of line, and it may be like this may be kind of like a breaking point for her. You know, like they may have to look into like the ethics of the whatever she's doing, because it's not her place. So she's overstepping people, and she's trying to take control of things that are not her business. I wouldn't worry about it. I know it makes you feel weird. I would feel weird too, but you didn't do anything wrong. She's the asshole. You know, it's like if somebody, like for me, I always feel like weird or wrong or out of place. Like this morning, I went to the freestyle session to practice my ice skating without Avery. She's in school. And I forgot that there's no school this week. So all the kids were practicing, the kids that really could skate. And I feel out of place. I'm weird. People may be looking at me like, what is this old lady fucking doing, right? But then I said to myself, like, I'm not doing anything wrong. And everybody's got to go, you know, like, it's your problem if you have a problem with it. It's not my problem, right? It's your problem. Like, if you think that somebody else is not smart enough, fast enough, worthy, whatever, it's your problem, not theirs, because they're doing what they need to do. So I wouldn't let her bother you, but I totally understand what you're saying. I wouldn't doubt, If this is something that you really want, I wouldn't let her push you out, because you've got more money coming in, disappointments healing, Empress is bringing in love and money, or more of it, and you have justice here. So I wouldn't let her push you out, because who knows if she's been pulling this shit for a while. Maybe she's going to be gone, so you know, this spring, and then you turn down a job that you wanted because of this asshole, and they get rid of her anyway. Yeah. I would let it be known. I think that people already know what she does, though. But I would let it be known that, this is a very uncomfortable thing. Why? Who the hell is she? She's been pulling shit. Yeah, I don't think she's going to continue to get away with it, because I think she's stepping on somebody else's toes, and that person has been letting it slide, but they're not going to let it slide much longer. That's why I don't want to see you give up something that may be good for you because somebody else is an asshole. It is uncomfortable. I totally get it. Just think about it before you make any definite decisions, or talk to the manager who hired you. You let them know how you feel, because you may hear something that you're like, oh, okay. I'm not going to let her bother me. She may be out the door next week. People got some nerve. Really? They really got nerve. Like, where do you get off thinking that you can do something like that? Sean, am I on track to meeting my weekly sales goal? If not, any guidance? Okay, let's see. It looks like you're on track. It looks pretty good. Beautiful one. How long will it take to move my legs on my own? I've been trying different things and nothing has worked yet. Looks like you may have success in the month of March. Like the time frame, I would say March, but it may start in March, then you may see improvement between March and May. Carly, romance for the rest of the month. Romance for the rest of the month. Okay, if you're currently with someone, your current relationship should be slow and steady, wins the race, but well functioning and well balanced. If you're not with anyone, it's a little slow. Not all that much is happening. You could have a Gemini coming in, but I don't see a ton of romance between now and the end of the month. It looks a little slow. Nothing bad, though, just a little slow. Lucinda, general for the next 10. Maybe thinking about starting a side business, side project, side hustle. Money comes in, finances improving. You may be feeling a little bit more financially stable. Take time for rest, relaxation, and self-care. Listen to your intuition. And you may be spending time with a Gemini or a Libra. New beginnings are on the horizon. Take time for rest, relaxation, and self-care. Not bad. Nat, DB the Cancer's thoughts of me. May find you to be like a grounded and stable person, somebody who is kind, caring, sincere, loyal, reliable friend. Pretty good. Mary, money. Well, you have a little bit more financial stability coming in with the Magician, the ability to manifest new opportunities. Maybe adding a side business, side project, side hustle, even something that may be temporary that's bringing in more money. Big picture, paying off a bill of debt or a loan may make you feel relief. Listen to your intuition, and finances improve this spring. But they may improve this spring, but the big picture would be between now and the end of the year. Vicky, general for tomorrow. Anxiety is easing and moving into the past, and you're taking time for rest, relaxation, and self-care. Making decisions that push life forward. You may be spending time with an air sign, Libra, Aquarius, Gemini. A disappointment is healing and moving into the past. You may have a new journey that begins. Weight of the world slips off your shoulders when a wish comes true. You may hear from somebody you're hoping to hear from or get good news. Teamwork is favored tomorrow. Not bad. YP, love reading for Sats and YP for March. I don't see much changing from the way things have been in February. The Three of Cups is in reverse, which could be a problem. There may be a third party or somebody interfering in this situation. But wherever you guys were in February, there's not all that much changing, and that may be making you feel a little disappointed. The Fool is in reverse, which can indicate that something may be revealed that needs to be dealt with in March. Really depends where you guys are in this relationship. Carly, is SG having financial issues? I don't see them as having any serious financial issues at this point. Brooklyn, general for next week. Maybe feeling a little bit more grounded and stable around finances. You could get good news that comes in around work, school, or business. Take time for rest, relaxation, and self-care. A disappointment heals and moves into the past. Anxiety eases and moves into the past. Listen to your intuition. Old wounds are healing and moving into the past. You may have more money coming in next week. Disappointments heal and move into the past. Solution to a problem is in front of you. Before the end of the week, you'll figure it out. Ray, general for this week. You have a wish that comes true around finances improving, and something nice may be happening around work, school, or business. Could be spending time with a Taurus or an Aquarius. A disappointment heals and moves into the past. You might be thinking about starting a new side business, side project, side hustle, maybe working on a new creative project or creative hobby. Life is coming into balance. Life is moving forward. Perseverance pays off around like career, work, school, business, whatever it is that you do all day. Georgia, why haven't I heard from Raymond? Looks like this person may be busy with work, school, or business. They also may be feeling like slow, stagnant, and unmotivated. But it looks like it's like business, like they can't catch up around work, school, or business. You're going to hear from them soon, though, I think. Maybe in March. Communication may be coming in within the next couple of weeks. That's annoying. Shah home, what are my boyfriend Jay's current feelings and next actions towards me? May feel that you're strong, independent, confident, and kind-hearted. Somebody who is sincere and down to earth. The next actions would be communication, but it looks like he needs some time for himself, and he may be a little distant. He's taking time for himself right now. love. A disappointment heals and moves into the past and life moves forward. If you're currently with someone and your relationship is well functioning, don't bring the past into the future, and your current relationship should be okay. If you're in a relationship that's not functioning well, or you feel has weakened, or if there's nobody around, cut away people, places, and things that no longer serve you, because you're moving forward. You're not moving backwards. It wouldn't be old energy coming in. Anything that's been disappointing, negative, out of balance, not functioning well, let it go and new doors open. You've got an earth sign coming in, Taurus, Capricorn, Virgo. You've got possibly a Leo coming in, and a new beginning on the horizon that could lead to success around love. Not bad. Not bad. Payment, how soon to expect hearing back from the GM position at Nubia? Maybe like within a week to 10 days. Relatively soon. Relatively soon. Carly, will SG return my things soon? Yes. Maybe like beginning of next month. Emily, love for the upcoming 5 days. Slow and steady wins the race. Nothing bad is happening. It's slow. If you're in a well-balanced, well-functioning relationship, that'll continue. If you're looking for something new, there's not much happening within the next 5 days. But if you're feeling undecided about something or someone, don't be afraid to take your time and don't make any decisions until you're ready. Lay down the law, set boundaries if you need to. Where haven't I gotten to yet? Macy, can I have a general for today? We got something happening that's making you happy with the sun. Feeling ambitious, you should be able to accomplish whatever you set your mind to. Listen to your intuition. Take time for rest, relaxation, and self-care. Life moves forward towards greener pastures. Walk away from people, places, and things that no longer serve you, and the weight of the world slips off your shoulders. You may be feeling a little bit more financially stable today as well. Magician's heart, love. Slow and steady wins the race, but walk away from people, places, and things that no longer serve you. Anything that has weakened or disappointed, leaving that energy in the past will open up new doors and new beginnings. If you're currently with someone and your relationship is well functioning, don't bring the past into the future. God, excuse me. With the Magician, if you're not with anyone, you have the ability to manifest new opportunities. A wish comes true. Listen to your intuition, and you may be spending time with an earth sign, Taurus, Capricorn, Virgo. Disappointments heal and move into the past. New beginnings are on the horizon, and you do have a well-balanced, well-functioning relationship coming in this spring. Devaya, is G not communicating because he's too busy, or is there another reason? I think he's also setting a boundary. He's got other things happening, or he's he's setting a boundary. I don't know where you guys are in your relationship, but things look like they're out of balance. Christina, I broke up with Taurus. Is it the end for us? Will he contact me again? I blocked him everywhere and deleted his number, so I won't unblock him after I am weak. It's a long distance relationship. So if you broke up with him, why are you asking if this is the end? Are you trying to manipulate something? Because if you're trying, manipulation does not bring in long-term success. But if you broke up with someone, it means that you don't want to be with them anymore. So why do you, and if you block them, how's he going to reach you? You see what I'm saying? I would tell this to anybody. If you are in a relationship with somebody and you're having trouble, don't break up with them and block them and think that they're going to come back a different person, because they're not. So if you want to be with him, you have to talk it out and discuss it. But if you're thinking he's going to change and be somebody else, that's not going to happen. But why would you break up with somebody and then ask if you're going to get back together? You made the decision. All right, there's a couple of things happening here. So first of all, the distance between the two of you is an issue if you want to have like a real relationship that's going to be committed and long term. So that's number one. And then there's, you made the decision to end this, and he's blocked, so he feels like, okay, like I'm throwing my arms up in the air. What am I going to do? So, if you want to see something change, you would have to reach out to them and explain that. But it really depends on what you're looking for. First of all, you're at a distance, so it's never going to be an in-person relationship unless one person moves. So is it even worth it to reopen that door? You have to make that decision. The cards can't tell you what to do. But what happens is that I see a lot is that people think that they're going to break up with somebody and block them, and they're going to like take a ladder and climb through the window and become a different person. That's not going to happen. So what are your intentions behind breaking up with somebody and blocking them, but really wanting to still be with them? See, you have to figure that out, because what happens is it's like stepping on the gas and stepping on the brake at the same time. You're not going anywhere. You just may spin around in circles. Anyhow. Tanya, do things still go well when I see Aries and speak my mind? He already has, and now I'm out of my comfort zone and it's time. Okay, let's see. Things are going to go well. Yeah, you got the sun here. Yeah, things should go well. Zara, that's ego. That's manipulation. It's not real. You see what I'm saying? If you block someone and they're coming back, it's their ego that doesn't like to be turned away. But in the long run, it doesn't work. It doesn't work. Because where are they? Manipulation will never work. Manipulation, you get is short term. You want somebody to chase after you, chase after you, chase after you, but it doesn't lead anywhere. It just goes back and forth and runs around in a cycle. So that's why, like, real relationships that are really well functioning and well balanced are not one person manipulating the other person. Manipulation doesn't lead to long-term success. And it's game playing. Be wise for the next few days. Money comes in, finances improve. New beginnings are on the horizon that lead to success. Take time for rest, relaxation, and self-care. Maybe spending time with a water sign, Pisces, Scorpio, Cancer. Life moves forward towards greener pastures. Aurelia, when does Steve, the higher position boss, think of me? May find you to be a kind, caring person, somebody who's hardworking, down to earth, stable, sincere. Smart, intelligent, and detail-orientated, focused. Pretty good. Pretty good. Yeah, it's game playing. I always bring it back to like say my grandparents. My grandparents were married for like 52 years. My grandmother didn't have to block my grandfather. She didn't have to like post pictures on Facebook of her with another guy. Like if you're going to that extent, you're not in a well-functioning relationship. It's not well-functioning because you shouldn't have to do that. My sister-in-law doesn't do that to my brother. They've been married for 20 years. So any of this game playing, these tactics, I mean, the long term, it doesn't bring in success. It could bring in somebody getting upset in the moment. You could see somebody act out from their ego in the moment and try to do something to change whatever it was they saw, but it doesn't bring in real success as far as a relationship is concerned. Tanya, when I speak up, how will Aries anxiety be? I'm worried. Looks okay, because it looks like in the moment things are calm, grounded, stable, and sincere. It doesn't look like there's high anxiety. It looks good. And then it's also the person that blocks, it's their ego that's doing it, because your ego wants him to come and chase you. So you block him, wanting to see him do more. And then he gets pissed off and he does more, but it's not out of, it's ego. So you want to get over him, but at the same time, you feel like you still have feelings. That's very common. My suggestion would be, just because of, what I would say is, first figure out what it is that you really want. To me, this is just my 2 cents. It's long distance. Why bother? Why bother? Unless somebody is really serious about moving locations, which I would be skeptical. Especially, I don't know how often you've seen each other or how many times you've met in person. A long distance relationship, to me, if it started long distance, like somebody you met online, I would say let it go, because it's not, what are you going to do? What happens with long distance, this is just my 2 cents. You might not agree with it and you don't have to, but it's like almost like being in love with like a celebrity. Like you have an idea in your head of who they are. You have an idea in your head about what it would be like, but you don't really know that because you're not with them physically. You don't know how they smell, how they chew their food. You don't know what their hygiene habits are, or do they sleep all day? Are they up all night? All you really know is that they're a face on the computer. You don't really know much more than that. And I know people always want to say, well, I have this feeling. We've all had that feeling, and it's never been right. It's just, you don't really know somebody until people used to say that all the time. You don't know someone until you live with them. And I would kind of agree that maybe you don't need to live with them, but you need to spend significant time with them to really know who they are. You can't just, unless it's somebody who you lived with for 5 years and then they moved somewhere and you carried on the relationship. That could be a different circumstance. That happened to one of my friends, but it was temporary. He left the state for like education purposes, and they'd been living together prior. And then when he came back, and his intentions were to come back. And when he came back, they wound up getting married, but that was their intentions the whole time. She didn't meet him when he was far away. They were together here first. That's true. You fall in love with your mobile phone, yeah. Unless there's a circumstance, and it could be possible that one person is going to move to the other person. That could happen. We can't say that that's impossible. It happens. But where are we in the relationship? Have we discussed that? Because if it's something hypothetical or a situation that's carried on for years and years, and you're 35 years old and you want to settle down and you're just having this relationship with the screen, that's different. Now if you're young and you have your whole life ahead of you and you don't have like a house and children, it's different, right? Because you could get up and move, the other person could get up and move. But if you're 45, divorced with 3 kids, and you live in Florida and she lives in, or he lives in California, or even further away, maybe he lives in Europe. Let's be realistic. Is that going to happen? Anyway. Jasmine. Oh, did I miss Anaya? All right, let me do Jasmine and I'll go back and look for Ayana. Oh, you sent me the question? All right, I'll go check after I do Jasmine's. Is there anyone coming towards me romantically in March? Single Libra, hoping to mingle and settle down if the universe is allowing. Okay, let's see. I don't know that anything serious is happening in March, but you could have choices and options that come in. So you have new beginnings that could be coming in through, I'm going to say through the spring. New beginnings. So it would not be old energy. Cutting away people, places, and things that no longer serve you would be suggested because life is moving forward. You have a Sagittarius and a Pisces coming in, and possibly 2 Sagittarius, maybe even a Leo. Exploring your options leads to success, but I don't know that's going to be in March and maybe over the spring. Okay, hang on. Let me look for that other question. It was one on PayPal, right? Okay, I got it. I don't see that conversation coming up on the immediate horizon, but if things have been going well and there's good communication and you've been spending time together, I would bring it up. I wouldn't wait on him because he seems like he's a little slow and he's just kind of going with the flow of things. Sarah, a lot of times the person text is so much different from how they are personality-wise and how they speak. I agree. It's just a limited type of relationship if you're talking about somebody that's not here. Like, you can't go to the movies together. You can't go out to dinner together. What could you do? All you could do is talk to them like this. Like, how well do you know me? I mean, I'm here every night, but how well do you know me? What happens if I chew with my mouth open? What happens if I snort and soup comes out my nose? You just don't know. Like, it's also for some people a safety. So it's like feeling like you're in a relationship, but not having to be to have all the responsibility of it. You don't have to do all the complicated things like, I got to have Christmas at his house, or I have to go over to his mother's house, or you don't have to do any of that if it's long distance. So there is some comfort in it for somebody who may be like a little bit lacking commitment. But like I said, it's my opinion. How well functioning could it be? You're having a relationship with a screen. Sarah, you should be Oh my God, imagine if I was a psychologist. Well, seriously, when I was really young, like in high school, I had such anxiety about things like that. Like, it was almost like a relief for me not to have to deal with it, because I never dated anybody in high school. Nobody wanted to date me. But there was part of me that felt like relieved, like I don't have to go over to his parents' house, or I don't have to, do I buy him a birthday gift, or do I buy him Christmas gifts? Do I buy his parents things? Like all that stuff weighed very heavy on me when I, like things that I would think about when I was young. And I almost felt relief that I didn't have to deal with it. Like if we go out to dinner, who's going to pay? Do I offer? Does he offer? And it would stress me out. So I can understand people that have this connection and it is what it is, and there's nothing else. And it's like there's relief that I don't have to deal with that, because I definitely understood that when I was younger. See, Martisha, you get it. That's exactly right. That's how I felt when I was younger. Like I was scared of not knowing the right thing to do in whatever the circumstance was. Jasmine, is he going to reach out to me? Will he send me a text or call? He's been on my mind. You could hear from him at some point, but I don't see communication coming in on the immediate horizon. Really, I did. I think I'm up to Crow's Nest. Jess, love for the next 2 months. Love for the next 2 months. With the Magician, you have the ability to manifest new opportunities, and disappointments or healing and moving into the past. If you're not with anyone, you have new opportunity coming in. If you are with someone, disappointments or healing, and things should be moving forward. Slow and steady wins the race with a current relationship. If you're not with anyone, it looks like new energy coming in. Could be a Leo. Could be another fire sign, Leo, Sagittarius, Aries. You're not looking back on the past. Life is moving forward. Empress is bringing in love and money, or more of it. Listen to your intuition. You also may have a Scorpio coming in. Explore your options, could lead to success. Anthony, I did. Rapandi, love with Conwar in the future. Love with Conwar in the future. I don't see much changing around the situation. So the near future looks like the recent past. However things were in February, that's probably going to continue right through to the end of March. Don't be afraid to express your wants and needs around the situation, but it's slow and steady wins the race. Depends where you guys are in the relationship. Looks a little slow. Starfall, love. You have a new journey on the horizon that could lead to success. And with the Empress, you've got love and money coming in, or more of it. If you're currently with someone right now, current relationship should be functioning well. If you're not with anyone, you may have a wish coming true. You could have an Aquarius coming in, or possibly fire, Leo, Sagittarius, Aries. May hear from somebody you're hoping to hear from. If there's no one you're hoping to hear from, somebody new may be coming in out of the clear blue sky. And you do have long-term commitment potential around your next relationship. In the 10 cups, you're headed towards 10 cups being full, which is pretty good. Brooklyn, will I enjoy working at Intercept? I think you will. And it looks like it's a good opportunity. Like, like there may be room to grow around there. It looks good. It looks good. M&M, General. You have feeling better compensated, better respected around work, school, or business. A disappointment heals and moves into the past. New beginnings are on the horizon that lead to success. The world is at your feet. Maybe spending time with a Cancer. Could be spending time with a Leo or a Taurus. You're no longer holding yourself back. Life is moving forward. Migu for the next 24 hours. Negativity moves into the past. New beginnings are on the horizon. Money comes in. Finances improve. A disappointment heals and moves into the past, and you may hear from somebody you're hoping to hear from or get good news you've been waiting on. Maybe spending time with a water sign, Pisces, Scorpio, Cancer. Morticia, any good news coming my way? Teamwork is favored around work, school, or business, and that could be bringing in cause for celebration and success. If you're feeling undecided about something or someone, don't make any decisions until you're ready. Listen to your intuition. A disappointment or a heartache is healing and moving into the past, and anxiety eases. You may have a wish come true. The hard work you put in around like work, school, or business comes back and pays off. Cosmic, when will I hear back from an offer from GS? And maybe sometime early March, late February, early March. Angelus, will I possibly receive my taxes today? It would be, I want to make sure. All right, let me see. Could I possibly receive my taxes today? It is possible. I would say, yeah, you got about a 70% chance you'll get it today. If for some reason you don't, then you maybe will get it next week around this time. New love, General. Anxiety eases and moves into the past, and you may be feeling better compensated, better respected around work, school, or business. You're no longer holding yourself back. Life is moving forward. Maybe spending time with a Scorpio. Could be spending time with a Virgo. Perseverance pays off around work, school, or business. Take time for rest, relaxation, and self-care. Amy, for the next 3 days for Sunny. Next 3 days for Sunny. This person may be making decisions that push life forward. They have a wish that comes true. They're listening to their intuition. Old wounds are healing and moving into the past. Life is moving forward. They may be planning travel. They also could have some money coming in, and they may be spending time with the Sagittarius. Mega love. When it comes to love, lay down the law, set boundaries. It'll serve you well. New beginnings are on the horizon. Life is coming into balance, and explore your options. If you're already with someone, slow and steady wins the race, but your current relationship should be doing well. It's well balanced and well functioning. Now with anyone, you have Earth coming in, Taurus, Capricorn, Virgo. You also may have a Leo coming in or a Libra. Kimon, General. Somebody may make you an offer that will be hard to turn down around work, school, or business. Brings in cause for celebration around finances improving. Old wounds are healing and moving into the past. You may be planning travel. Maybe feeling a little bit more financially secure, and you could hear from somebody you're hoping to hear from or get good news that you've been waiting on. Dakota, messages from Tarot. You have a new job or business opportunity that may be coming in. Take time for rest, relaxation, and self-care. Areas of your life that have been like stuck or stagnant should now start to turn around and move forward. You may be spending time with a Leo, could be spending time with an air sign, Libra, Aquarius, Gemini. Success comes in around work, school, or business, and you might even be thinking about going back to school or learning a new area of study. Natty, why haven't I heard from this new guy, initial J? I think you will. I just think you haven't heard yet. It looks like, kind of looks like he hasn't gotten around to it yet. But I think you will hear from him. Give it a little bit of time. Amen for the rest of the week with O. Rest of the week looks okay. There's communication coming in. It's a little slow, but you got good communication coming in. Expressing your wants and needs around the situation may be helpful. Sarah, what good news is coming in regarding career? You have growth, change, and transformation that comes in around career. Teamwork is favored and it leads you to success. You also may be working on a side business, side project, side hustle. If there is no side business, side project, side hustle, it may be that the more you focus on your career and the more you put into it, you'll be getting out of it. You may have choices and options around things moving forward. There could be more money coming in this spring. There may be a promotion or a new job depending on where you are right now in career. But things are moving forward for you between now and the end of June. And you should have more money coming in as well. Girly, I don't remember seeing a question for you. But if you post a question, maybe I'll remember. Okay. Do you see me getting unblocked in March by Jay? I'm not convinced you're going to get unblocked in March. The chance is pretty slim. Alexia, love reading for March. Walk away from people, places, and things that no longer serve you. Anything that's stuck or stagnant or not moving forward, you may want to disconnect from it because it's kind of keeping you in a place of being like stuck as far as love is concerned. Cutting away people, places, and things that no longer serve you can open new doors. You have new energy that could be coming in. I'm not so sure it's coming in March. It may be coming in sometime this spring. And it could be with a water sign, Pisces, Scorpio, Cancer. Pisces comes up strong around you, so does Leo. Expressing your wants and needs around love and exploring your options could lead you to a committed relationship that's well-balanced and well-functioning. Carf, hope you're amazing. I'm okay. I hope you are too. Will I be successful at my job with CMU? Oh, thank you. And to you as well. I think you will be successful, yes. Tanya, true story. Last night I ate chicken and waffles in bed and had the TV remote all to myself. I was thinking, damn, if someone was here, I'd have to share the remote and my food. I love waffles. You know what I made the other day that were really good? And I don't make anything good because I'm just the worst cook ever. But I followed the recipe and I did okay. Lemon ricotta blueberry keto waffles. They were good. They were good. They kind of fall apart. I think I have to add in, I'm not going to say this word right, xanthan gum. I think if you put a little of that in there, it'll hold it together better. But they were really good. Thick and fluffy waffles. I love waffles, especially with butter, like melted butter. Like, that's just the best. I'm not a real breakfast person either. Like, I'm just usually not hungry in the morning for whatever the reason. And but when I do have them, like, if I always used to get when like I went on vacation and we were out in the morning for breakfast, I would get pancakes with the blueberries inside, like rolled, and it had the fruit in it. That I love that. And if I'm at my dad's house, like sometimes he'll make stuff like that, and it's great. Sarah, love reading for the rest of February. February looks a little slow because you have the Knight of Pentacles. Nothing bad is happening, just looks a little slow. Listen to your intuition and explore your options. You could have an Aquarius or a Sagittarius coming in. Listen to your intuition, and your perseverance pays off. Expressing your wants and needs around love could be beneficial, but I don't see all that much happening between now and the end of the month. It looks a little slow. Oh, that's okay, Mel. Ask Rosie, what are AA's true intentions towards me? They don't seem to have any specific intentions at this time. They're just kind of going with the flow of things. Looks like things may be a little out of balance between the two of you, or you may not be on the exact same page. Don't be afraid to express your wants and needs around the situation. Jess, things have been slow and stagnant for me. General, okay, let's see. Well, you're being guided by the divine and feeling ambitious. You should be able to accomplish whatever you set your mind to, a wish comes true. Maybe thinking about going back to school, learning a new area of study. You could have choices and options coming in around social activity. Maybe spending time with an earth sign, Taurus, Capricorn, Virgo, or a Sagittarius. And something nice may happen around the home, moving homes, changing homes, upgrading your home. You also could be planning travel, so things could be moving forward. Maybe once we get to the spring, things are going to start to move forward. So maybe within the next couple of weeks, you'll start to see things happening. XXX, general for this week. Perseverance pays off around work, school, or business, and lay down the law, set boundaries if you feel like someone is overstepping, whether it's a personal relationship or professional. Money comes in, finances improve. You may hear from somebody you're hoping to hear from or get good news that you've been waiting on. Take time for rest, relaxation, and self-care. You may be planning travel, possibly a road trip. Lily, will Sultan come back to talk to me again? That may happen at some point, but I don't see any communication on the horizon as of right now. So if you want to talk to them, I would try to make the effort rather than waiting. Yvonne, HR has given me and my colleagues a release letter since we were transferred to another department. I'm still stranded. Will this issue be resolved, please? I don't want to stay here. I think you're going to get it resolved soon. Like before the end of this month, you should have it sorted out. Girly, feeling unhappy about every area of my life right now. When will I feel happy again? I'm really trying to shift this energy, but I feel like giving up on getting any of the things that I want. Well, you might have to take the initiative to change something. So, new beginnings are on the horizon this spring, but when you feel like that, like nothing is working, you have to kind of forget about everything and go do something else. So if you're not moving forward in any area of your life that you want to move forward in, you just kind of have to let it be, forget about it, and find something else. I always tell people, find a hobby. Find something that you can throw yourself into, because it's going to take your life in a different direction. It's going to put your energy elsewhere. It sounds so stupid, but it's true. Just changing your location, like just going to a different, whatever, a gym, art class, whatever. It's going to put you in a different location. It changes the energy around you, and it will start to get things unstuck. Like if you're in, we used to call them in yoga, it was called samskaras. When you get into a routine and you're just doing the same thing, it's like up in the morning, out the door at 8 o'clock, by lunch at 12 o'clock, you're home by 5 o'clock, in bed, but you're doing the same thing over and over again. You have to physically take the initiative to change that. Otherwise, nothing is going to change. But if you're trying to fix something that doesn't want to be fixed, then you have to kind of forget about it and do something else, but you're still changing the energy. So for me, I mean, it's happened to me a couple of times, but I was going through a really bad moment, and it was a long time ago. I remember that it was a new moon and Mercury was retrograde, and I'm like, now is the time, because I'm going to go back to something I used to do. I was going through this really shitty time. I was broke. Everything was a mess. So I decided to go back to my voice lessons, and it put me somewhere else. So it's like, instead of me being wherever I was, I think I was taking lessons on Wednesday, like Wednesday at 5. So instead of being home by myself at 5 o'clock on Wednesday, my energy was elsewhere, and that changes the energy around. I know it sounds so stupid, but it really is true. Within a few weeks, things started to change, and I had fixed something with like one of the relationships that I was dealing with at the time. It was like had gone upside down, and I thought it was over. Nothing was ever going to change. And then we wound up working on the relationship, and things started to pick up again. And I'm like, could it really be that changing something actually changes your life? And it does. I don't know how else to say it. I know it sounds really stupid, but just changing one thing could shift everything. Like you get a new job tomorrow, and then all of a sudden everything changes. But sometimes if it's stuck, you have to just go and find something else, like anything, hanging out at the library, going to the gym, taking an art class on Tuesday evenings, whatever it is, it could help unstick things, because that's really frustrating. Sarah, will Michael and I ever speak again? We both blocked each other. I mean, it's possible. Anything is possible, but I don't see communication on the immediate horizon. MR, how does Kay feel about my work performance? pretty good. May find you to be focused, hardworking, down to earth, sincere, and like well functioning. How about JJ? How will my patience examinations go tomorrow? Will my teacher be happy with it? I think it's going to go well. Yeah, it looks good. Looks good. Adonis, V's intentions towards me and us at the moment. Maybe hoping that a wish comes true around things moving forward successfully. This looks really good. Maybe hoping communications coming in or picking up. I don't know, do they have a creative side? They may be wanting to work on a new creative project or creative hobby. They may be looking for things to move forward. Communication picks up and things should be functioning a little bit better, or at least that's what they're intending as of right now. Kara, will I be able to build a career as a lawyer in the UK? Heard the job market is tough. I think you could do it, though. I think you'll be able to do it, yes. MR, will I get a new job soon? Yeah, maybe sometime in the month of April or within the next 6 weeks from now. Elizabeth, General. Old wounds are healing and moving into the past. Teamwork is favored around work, school, or business, and you may be paying off a bill of debt or a loan. Listen to your intuition. Take time for rest, relaxation, and self-care. Money comes in, anxiety eases. If you're feeling undecided about something or someone, don't make any decisions until you're ready. Life comes into balance, and you may be spending time with the fire sign, Leo, Sagittarius, Aries, or Scorpio. Michelle, career reading. Exploring your options and throwing it out into the universe can help things move forward pretty quickly. That releases the weight of the world. Staying focused and your hard work pushes your career forward. If you're feeling undecided about something or someone, don't make any decisions until you're ready, but you should feel relief around your career moving forward sometime between now and the end of the spring. More money comes in, life comes into balance, and you have a new opportunity coming in. Kat Yanni, career reading. Slow and steady wins the race, but things should be moving forward. You might be thinking about going back to school or learning a new area of study. May feel relief around things moving forward towards greener pastures when you listen to your intuition. Don't be afraid to express your wants and needs around your career. Things could be moving forward sometime between now and the end of the summer. You have new beginnings on the horizon that could lead to success, and you may be thinking about going back to school, learning a new area of study, or sometimes that may even be on-the-job training. Sarah, new job for the Department of Corrections. Are you looking to get the job? Is that what the question is? Will you get the job for the Department of Corrections? I think you will. I think you will. You have good opportunity. MR, General. Making decisions that are pushing life forward. More money is coming in, and you may be feeling better compensated, better respected around work, school, or business. You could have choices and options that come in around your career. A disappointment heals and moves into the past. Take time for rest, relaxation, and self-care. You may be planning travel. Divine 8, will me and Jay be in a commitment this year? I don't see commitment coming in around this situation as of right now. Davy, general. Old wounds heal and move into the past, and new beginnings are on the horizon. Listen to your intuition. You may be planning travel. You could be paying off a bill, a debt, or a loan that may make you feel relieved. A disappointment heals and moves into the past, and life moves forward. You may have choices and options that come in around social activity. Old wounds heal and move into the past. Forward moving, general. You have cause for celebration coming in around work, school, or business. Life can change for you for the better quickly. Perseverance pays off, and you may be feeling better compensated, better respected around work, school, or business. A new journey begins. Negativity moves into the past. Old wounds heal and move into the past. Life is moving forward towards greener pastures this spring. Tiara, does RC still like me? We're in no contact. I think as a person, I think that they do like you, but it looks like the two of you are not on the same page, and their life has moved forward in a different direction. So I don't see much happening between the two of you right now. If you wanted to talk to them, I would suggest reaching out to them and not waiting on them. Brenda, journal for today. Old wounds are healing and moving into the past, and new beginnings are on the horizon. Listen to your intuition. You could get good news that comes in around work, school, or business. If you're feeling undecided about something or someone, don't make any decisions until you're ready. You may be feeling better compensated, better respected around work, school, or business. Life's moving forward. Take time for rest, relaxation, and self-care. You may hear from somebody you're hoping to hear from, or get good news that you've been waiting on. Overall, it looks like a pretty good day. Solution to a problem is in front of you. Before the end of the day, you'll figure it out. Is there anyone else here I haven't answered for? Sarah, I told you about the new therapist. I told her that I feel sad when someone not lives up to my expectations, but I know that you shouldn't expect from people. Then she said, logically, you know, yes, you can expect, but you're intellectualizing your emotions and not letting yourself feel it and not giving yourself space for the sadness. That's creating disconnect. That is hard. She said it's logical to know that you can't expect, but you got to give yourself space to feel. Yeah, I agree with that. My friend, you know the two sisters I talk about all the time? I spent a ton of time over at their house. And the one thing that their mother used to say all the time is, you're not going to be disappointed if you don't expect anything from anyone. And she was so right. And there are so many times I hear her voice in my head. And I heard the father too. You don't have any faith if you're questioning it. If you had faith, you wouldn't be questioning it. And it's true. You're right, you shouldn't expect things from people, but we're living in a society where we're inundated with watching things that are making us think things that are ridiculous. Like, you know, like how many times have I said it? Friends, you know, catching somebody at the airport before they move to France or whatever the bullshit is. It's like that doesn't happen in real life, but we're watching shows and we want to see that happen. So we want to believe that we get the happy ending, but in life, we don't get the happy ending. So we expect these things, or we think, oh, you know, if I do this, then this person's going to do that and everything, but it doesn't work. So it's like you're expecting something and then you get disappointed, but you shouldn't have expected it, but it's somewhat human, because then you think to yourself, well, I would have done it for them, or I would have been there, or I would have done that. And it's disappointing. It's disappointing. It I feel, I'm going to say it, I don't care. A lot of Avery's family members didn't call her on her birthday. They didn't. Um, and I kind of felt, she's 5, she doesn't know, but I noticed. And I thought, maybe people don't do that anymore. But like when I was a kid, everybody called me. Now I mentioned it to one of my friends and she was like, nobody called me on mine. So maybe it's the way that you grow up. But I kind of expected a little bit more. And I was disappointed. I didn't say anything to Avery. She didn't know. But you see what I'm saying? It's like you expect things and then you get disappointed. And I'm like, you know, I should have known better. But yeah, it's disappointing. Anyway. It's crazy how we learn that you can logically know something, but it's okay to feel sad. Yes, that's true. That's true. You can logically know something. Like you can logically know that a situation, but still in your head think, but hey, it could happen, because it could happen. Anything is possible. And then still be sad because it doesn't. Yeah. Wandering Lily, could I ask for a general? Sure. You no longer feeling stuck or stagnant. Areas of your life that have been a little slow should now start to move forward. You may hear from somebody you're hoping to hear from, or get good news that you've been waiting on. A disappointment heals and moves into the past. Old wounds heal and move into the past. Take time for rest, relaxation, and self-care. Feeling ambitious, you should be able to accomplish whatever you set your mind to. You might have money coming in and you could be paying off a bill of debt or a loan. If that's not this week, it may be before the end of the month. But I think, Sarah, a lot of it too is acknowledging it, right? Is knowing, you know, like there are people that are doing things and expecting things, and they're totally clueless as to why they're doing what they're doing and what the out is like. I think that's bad. But when you know that you're doing something, and you're like, okay, I'm going to be disappointed. This is going to be disappointing, because you know you're expecting something that most likely isn't going to happen. I feel like you can kind of deal with it a little bit better. Oh, you're welcome. Like, think about Christmas. If you celebrate Christmas, or if there's a holiday similar to Christmas for you. Whoever. I'm not talking to anybody specific, but when I was little, like, it was just such a magical holiday. I mean, it was so magical. First of all, Christmas Eve, my grandfather had a very big family, and we used to usually get together with them. And there was like a ton of kids. I don't know how many of us there were, ranging from like, I don't know, 18 to 2, like just a ton of us. And that would really be the only time that we would get to see each other. And we just had a blast. It was so much fun. And Santa would come, and you know, it's like you get older and like the holidays just become a hassle, right? It's like I have to go shopping. I have to buy gifts for everyone. I don't have any money. I'm broke to begin with. Now I got to buy all these gifts. I got to make food, or I got to go buy food, or I got to go to the grocery store, which I don't like doing. So it's like, it's different. But I feel like every year around Christmas time, you kind of get that little hopeful feeling that maybe there's going to be something magical that's going to happen. You know, in your head, it's not, but you still kind of holding out for it. And then you get disappointed. But, you know, it is what it is. Stacy, career for this week. You have a wish that comes true around career. You got money coming in. Pretty good. New beginnings on the horizon. You may get good news that comes in around career with choices and options. Expressing your wants and needs is helpful. You may have a new job or business opportunity coming in this week. Looks pretty good. Not bad. Oh, thank you, thank you. You're very welcome. Is there anybody else here I haven't answered for yet? I got a stiff neck. I mean, what the heck is wrong with me? Sarah, yeah, but I guess it's okay to say to yourself that I hear you and I feel sad, and it's better. It would be better as the more you resist the feeling, the more is, yeah, I agree. Feeling it makes you feel safe. I agree. I agree. I don't know about everyone, but I know for me, I spend a lot of time living in the past. Like thinking about the way holidays used to be. And they're just not the same. It's just not the same. I hope for Avery, her holidays get better. But like, it was just different. When I was younger and, you know, especially like before my grandparents moved to Florida and when my parents were still married and everybody was together and we had like, I remember going to my grandparents, my dad's parents when they lived up here, going to their house in the morning for Easter and then to my other grandparents in the afternoon for Easter. And my grandmother, my dad's mother, made all kinds of crazy breads and cakes and all. I mean, it's just not like that anymore. Just not like that. Awareness can help. It's like the long distance relationship. You can feel sad and it's okay that it isn't working out. But you have to know that it's your own self who fears command. Yes, yeah. Yeah, yeah. And when, as kids, things are so much easier, yeah. It's just, you don't realize when you're transitioning from one area of your life to the next. And then when you look back, you see that how it changed. Like when we moved, like when my grandparents moved to Florida, I mean, I was devastated by that. I spent a lot of time at my grandparents' house. And almost like in a way felt a little bit like I was being abandoned. I know that that sounds crazy because most people like retire and go down south. But to me at the time, I felt very like I was being abandoned. I don't know if my brother felt like that, but I did. And like, why are you leaving me kind of a thing. But I knew they weren't leaving me, but that's sort of how it felt. And it just wasn't the same. It just was never the same. And then even grandma's house in Florida wasn't like grandma's house in New York. It just wasn't. Like grandma's house in New York was like the typical Italian house with the downstairs that's got the kitchen, the basement that had the kitchen and the bar, and anything went down there. You could do anything you wanted down there. She didn't care. Male energy around my second side hustle. Energy is a little slow. You got the hangman here, but that energy could also be shifting come this spring when you have a wish that comes true that could be bringing in more money. So if it's a little slow right now, I would give it a little bit of time. Sarah, you mentioned how afraid you were of your mom, and once you asked her to buy you something, but she denied. My therapist said that it was everything for you when you were a kid, even though now adults cognitives feel like it wasn't a big deal. So feeling of rejection comes from there. Yeah, you know, I bet you I know you're talking about the skirt. I didn't even ask her for it. I was gonna buy it. That skirt, that fucking stuck with me. This is what happened. It was Joyce Leslie. Anybody know Joyce Leslie? Used to love that store. It must have been, it was around the time when all the pastel colors were popular. And I was really young, but I started working at 15, so I always had money. I also always spent money, but I always had money. And her and I were at this big Joyce Leslie in New Jersey. And I don't know what she was shopping for, but I found this. It was a waist, it was like a floor length silk lilac skirt. And I was going to buy it. I wasn't asking her for it. I was going to buy it. And she said to me, where are you going in that? To work in the A&P? That's what she said. Like, what? Why you gotta be nasty like that? What are you going to work at? Where are you going to go in that? Work at the A&P? But she was right. Where was I going in it? I had nowhere to wear it, but I was just going to buy it. It was $17. I remember it was $17. So I was so embarrassed that I put it back. And I really felt like I wasn't worth the $17. That's how I felt. And it was my $17, wasn't even hers. I just put it back. I didn't buy anything. Oh, what happened with you and your mom? Well, I probably wouldn't even ask. Cinnamon for the rest of the day for me. Somebody may make you an offer that would be hard to turn down. A disappointment heals and moves into the past. Negativity moves into the past. Making decisions that push life forward. You may be planning travel, and you could hear from somebody you're hoping to hear from, or get good news that you've been waiting on. You also could have some money coming in. And you know, that Joyce Leslie, I used to have to drive past it when I was working a lot in New Jersey, and I always thought about that every time. Can you imagine that? I don't even know how long ago that was. Lady Sunshine for tomorrow. You have a wish that comes true around life moving forward. Somebody may make you an offer that would be hard to turn down. The weight of the world slips off your shoulders and new beginnings are on the horizon. Take time for rest, relaxation, and self-care. Paying off a bill, a debt, or a loan could make you feel relief. Feeling ambitious, you should be able to accomplish whatever you set your mind to. Yeah, I can't imagine saying that to somebody, but I guess maybe I bought a lot of shitty clothes that were stupid. I mean, I did. I know that I did. Like, I worked in a grocery store, and I remember one time, probably around the same time, I bought this. I really liked it. It was pastel colored, and it was a tight dress. And I think it had like a zipper here, and it had no sleeves. And it was like pastel colors, but plaid. And like, why was I going to wear that to work in a grocery store? I wore it to work. Why would I wear that? I don't know, but I did. Sarah, I mean, as a kid's important to you. So I remember I felt rejected and my mom would say no. And I kind of, me too. I felt the same way. I remember on the block that I grew up with, one of the neighbors who we were very friendly with, they had 4 kids, and like money was somewhat of a struggle from what I remember back then for them. I think like the mom was a stay-home mom, and they had 4 kids. That's a lot. And I don't remember, like, how did I know what their finances were? I don't know, maybe it must have been talk, or they must have talked about it or whatever, but I remember like wanting like certain brands, like certain like sweaters and shit when I was in junior high. And my mother would be like, I remember whatever it was I wanted was $50. And she was like, spending $50, I don't have that kind of money. I'm not going to, that's ridiculous. And it is. Can you imagine, like, $50 today is a lot to spend on a sweater. And back then, and how old was I, 12? But what I thought to myself was, they don't have the money. We always hear how they don't have the money, but their kids have those clothes and I don't have them. And feeling like, well, we have the money and you don't want to spend it on me, but they don't have the money and they spend it on their kids. And I felt like, you're right, like unworthy. Unworthy. But it's such a catch-22. Because you don't want to spoil kids either. Because I truly believe that somebody who is really, really spoiled will never be happy. They always get what they want, and then they're just never happy. Yeah, life is hard. Arcade General. You have a disappointment healing and moving into the past. Life's moving forward towards greener pastures. You have a wish that comes true. Maybe spending time with a Sagittarius or an Aquarius. Money comes in, finances are improving, a disappointment heals and moves into the past, and success is coming in around work, school, or business. Not bad. My one friend said that she wanted for Christmas. She's older than me. She was like 5 years older than me. She wanted some toy guitar when she was a kid, and she put it on her Christmas list, and she wound up getting like the knockoff, like Sears version, and she was so disappointed. I don't remember what kind of a guitar it was, but Sarah, I think like now you're very aware with Avery, and she's so confident. Maybe it's the fact that you pay extra attention. Yes, I think that's what it is, because you didn't feel like you had it as a child. Yeah, my friend Rachel and I always talk about that. I always said that I would pay really close attention to my kids if I ever had them, because I felt like nobody heard me. Like when I used to say things, it was just like, yeah. Like nobody took me seriously. And in a way I can understand, because like kids say crazy things. Like, what do you want to be when you grow up? Superman. Or I want to be a unicorn. Like, so it's like you don't really take them seriously. But I could tell you, like, I am always encouraging Avery to sing, and she doesn't really have much interest. But I think to myself, like, if that's the average kid that doesn't have the interest, all I did was sing and listen to records. And why didn't my parents pay attention to that? They just didn't. Like, it was like they gave me the record player, they gave me the records, they kept me quiet. I wasn't in their hair, but they didn't really think to do anything with that. And I would ask, and nobody ever did anything. But they sent me to tap dance lessons. I don't want to tap dance. It was tap, ballet, and gymnastics. And then they sent me to ice skating lessons, which I'm not really even sure how that happened. I wasn't confident. I was afraid being on the ice. I was afraid. I mean, I'm not that daring right now, but I'm better than I was. Back then, I was petrified. And I couldn't, like, it's like I didn't even realize, like, why are you making me do this? Now, it wasn't that I didn't like it. Once I started and I could skate, I liked it. But when I first started, and it was, get up there. And then sometimes I'm like, oh my God, I sound like my mother. But sometimes I'm like, why? I don't know where it came from. But as a kid, it's everything to the kid. It is. If Avery tells you, I want to be this, even if it's not realistic, as for a kid, it's important. Right. Yeah. Yeah. Well, that's why when she asked me to go ice skating, I was like, is that what you really want? And she said, yeah. She was just 3. I'm like, are you sure? I'm like, you know what it is? Who told her what it is? I think, this is just what I think. I bought the movie I, Tanya, and I was watching it during the pandemic. I don't know how many times we watched it, but I'm wondering if she was very little, I remember her standing at the table in the living room. So maybe she was a year and a half. I don't know if the images, I don't know. Oh, thank you. But somehow she knew what ice skating was, and she wasn't afraid. She wasn't afraid. And she's not afraid now. My teacher tells her, could you help your mother with the 3 turns? And she's like, yeah. I'm like, I'm working on it. I'm not, because I'm not, I can do these things with confidence when I'm near the wall. But when I'm out in the middle of the rink, I'm a little scared. And my teacher says to me, you just have to trust. Like, you could do it. And I'm like, I don't trust anything. I don't trust anyone. I don't trust anything. We'll see how it goes. Anyway, I'm proud of myself for making myself go to that freestyle session this morning with all the really good skaters. And I'm like Lucille Ball over in the corner. Whatever, I did it. Oh my goodness. All right. There's nobody else here I haven't answered for. Then I guess I'll wrap it up. Yes, she is very confident. She is definitely very confident. Although she said to me, and she said it to me a couple of times, like when we were talking about the competition she's doing, she's like, but what if I forget? I'm like, you're not going to forget. She's like, I'm afraid I'm going to forget. I'm like, you're not going to forget because we're going to program it into your body. So you're not going to forget it. Like, your body remembers. It doesn't make a difference how long it is. If once you learn it, it's in there. Alrighty. I'm going to wrap it up. I'll see you guys later tonight, probably around maybe 8:30ish. Thank you all very much for being here. I'll see you later. Bye-bye.